Sabelo, my first question to you is that could you please tell us what you think decolonization is?
There is no way you can talk about decolonization without talking about colonization in the first instance. So it means I need to start to speak about maybe two concepts, the concept of colonization and the concept of colonialism, which are always used interchangeably. But for analytical purposes, I think it would be important for us to separate the two concepts. That colonization can be an event, but colonialism is a process. And it is a process in which the colonizers wanted to claim almost the whole of the earth as theirs, and then reduce others, maybe as providers of labor, as well as also impose their own knowledge systems, their cultures, their languages. And because of that, they also dispossessed those people whom they found, displaced some of them, subjected some of them to what we call genocide. And also those who survived, most of them, they then were subjected to the capitalist system, whereby after being dispossessed, they then become, they have nothing they remain with except their labor, which they then sell in the market in support of the system of capitalist colonialism. And it is these inimical processes which then provoked, first of all, those who were enslaved to revolt against the system of enslavement. And we trace the whole question of decolonization as far back maybe to the Haitian Revolution of 1791 to 1804 as the earliest form of organized resistance against the capitalist system, the colonial system, and the racist system. And that also moved on from the African diaspora to the continent itself, where the resistance to colonialism took various forms, including armed struggles, as well as industrial riots, labor riots, peasant resistances, women organizing resistances against various aspects of colonialism, particularly its dehumanizing aspects, its exploitative aspect. That's what really made people realize that the rhetoric of civilizing the colonized was a lie in the true sense of the word. The reality was really to dehumanize, to exploit, and to take resources from the colonized. So there is a way you can define decolonization first as resistance against colonialism or colonization as an event. And that generally took the form of political decolonization. But we've realized that since the attainment of political independence, colonialism as a system does not go away. It remains. So there is a shift from empire to modern nation states. But in that shift, we cannot quickly celebrate as the end of colonialism as a system. It might be the end of colonization as an event. But the system, because when we talk about a system, we're talking about something which is ingrained in institutions, in structures, in psyches of the people. So that one, it will take time to really fight against because it becomes invisible. And perhaps when Kwame Nkrumah in 1965 was talking about neo-colonialism, he was actually talking about the continuation of colonial-like relations even after the withdrawal of the physical empire. So I think we will need to be really precise in when we're talking about decolonization in 20th century, we're talking more specifically about political aspect of it. Today, the concept has expanded. It has expanded into epistemological decolonization, which is actually targeting the decolonization of knowledge. It has expanded to economic decolonization, which is really about who owns the resources in the formerly colonized spaces and how do we restore land, for instance, which was taken from the colonized people. So it's a concept which has assumed what I will call an omnibus character, so much so that people have put so many things into it, to the extent that you can speak about cultural decolonization, decolonization of asiatics, decolonization of the mind, decolonization of the curriculum, decolonization of pedagogies, the way we teach, and the decolonization of even the conceptions of being human itself.